of you that are dealing with sickle cell issues, you are struggling so hard looking for a partner, and it doesn't ever seem like you are ever going to get married. The lady I'm about to interview right now has a very inspiring story to share, and this is her story.
Hi, my name is Ekene Dilichuku Precious Davis and I live with sickle cell. I'm a mom of 2 kids and I'm happily married to a loving husband. 2021, I had hemolytic crisis, like hyperhemolytic crisis, and I was misdiagnosed. I almost lost my life. Like he would tell me I should be grateful that he's AA, that how many AA guys will date me? Just go and sort things out with your family and just let me be. But he came back and was like, don't I have faith? I was like, faith? Ha. This
It's
time
not
around,
dating.
it's not dating,
Marriage.
it's marriage. That was 2015. It's marriage, and that's when another level of battle started.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe you have sickle cell and you don't even look like one. And the most fascinating thing about your story is the fact that you're happily married. Can you tell us your journey? Was life always this easy for you?
Um, from childhood, life wasn't easy. May seem as if it's easy right now, but living with sickle cell is not an easy journey at all. But the thing is that you just have to push through it. Growing up, when I was a child, my mom tried to hide it because of the stigma. The stigma is much in Nigeria. In Africa generally, we have stigma. People stigmatize against sickle cell.
Very true.
Yeah, so she had to hide the fact that I had sickle cell. She didn't tell her siblings. She didn't tell anybody. Most times when I'm sick, she would just tell neighbors that, oh, I have malaria or something. But in fact, most of my family members found that I have sickle cell on TikTok when I started my content.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow,
Yeah,
interesting.
that's it. But the journey hasn't been easy at all. I had major crises, mostly when I was younger. And the last major crisis I had was 3 years ago when I gave birth to my second child. Yeah, because pregnancy journey wasn't easy at all.
I'm curious about something. A lot of people in similar situations, they are finding it so difficult to find someone who accepts them, especially when it comes to marriage. Some of them, they've had to share their own experience that people don't even see them as human beings anymore. And it's been difficult for them to even get a relationship, talk more of marriage. But looking at you, your story is entirely different. Can you tell us about your journey? Did you face some rejection before you finally
I
married?
I definitely did. Like,
Okay.
actually, I met my husband my first year of university when I was in the university. I didn't know he was going to be my husband, and we met in the hospital.
Oh, wow.
Yes, he came to visit someone in the hospital, and then they decided to go round. That's the hospital in the university, because we went to the same school. I was in 100 level, he was in 400 level. So they decided to go around to see other sick people in the ward, and I was the only one in female ward. So they were fascinated because I was reading physics. I failed my physics test, and the lecturer decided to give a makeup test because like 80% of the class failed. And I knew that this makeup test, if I fail it, like, or I don't attend, then I'm going to have carryover in that course. So even though I was in crisis, I was still trying to read. The physics textbook was by my side. I was looking at it and I was in pain. So I think that's what fascinated him. And after others visited, they left, but he stayed behind. He now asked me that don't I know him? I was like, no, I don't know him in this school. He was not like, are you sure that he does tutorials for 100 level in physics and chemistry? I said, no, I don't attend all those things. Like after my class, I go to my hostel and I prefer to read my book. So he said, okay. So he decided to stay back and help me study for my physics. Because he was like, why are you, you are in pain and you're still trying to study for this? I was like, if I don't study for it, I'm going to have carryover. I'm not going to allow sickle cell set me back.
Oh, at
No.
this point, you already knew. You told him.
No, he already knew, because when they asked what was wrong with me, I told them.
Okay.
Yeah, so he already knew. And that was our first meeting. So he knew I had sickle cell from day one. And he stayed back. He helped me to study. And I actually passed the test. The next day, the nurse just helped me to wrap up the cannula. I went to write the test and I came back to the clinic.
Oh wow,
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
did you guys start dating that same year?
No. In fact, we didn't see ourselves again in the school like till 4 months later. We just met on the way and he was like, I know you. It's like, me? He said, yes. Then he was not like, are you not the one I met at the clinic that was sick that day? I was not like, oh, okay. He was like, we've been in this same school and we've not come across ourselves. Like, oh, I'm in 100 level, you're in 400 level. Like, how will we see? And that was how we exchanged phone numbers. We actually became friends because we're schooling, and at that point in time, relationship wasn't on my mind. So we're really close friends. I think maybe because of my condition. So it was like that. What happened that day really fascinated him. So he just wanted to know, who is this girl? Despite what she's going through, she's still trying to study to pass her exam. And we became friends. We talked about so many things. It was after university, that's when we now went and started having a relationship.
Oh wow, interesting.
Yes.
So I mean, looking at your story, it means you did not face any form of rejection.
No. Actually, I did.
Look like a divine story.
No, actually, I did. We had an issue when I graduated, so we went our separate ways.
Oh wow.
Yes, we went our separate ways. So I dated someone that's during my youth service, and I don't know, maybe because of the breakup that I had with my husband, but at that time he wasn't my husband, I just decided to just accept what the guy was giving me. Like, he would tell me I should be grateful that he's AA, that how many AA guys will date me, that any little issue that we come across, and then I will start wondering, like, should I appreciate him? Like, I started seeing, and that was the first time in my life I started seeing like something was wrong with me, because I really thank God for how my mom brought me up. She didn't bring me up feeling like a failure. She didn't bring me up feeling like I had a chronic illness and I need to like allow others move forward while me, I'm the weaker one. No, she brought me up to be bold. I'm this very bold person. So that's why when my friend Jumoke, she was my secondary school mate, when she saw how I was in that relationship, like, she was the one that brought me to my senses. She was like, Precious, why do you allow this guy talk to you like that? I was not like, now, it's hard to get someone that is AA.
Wait,
like
the ex your husband.
Yeah.
Was he AA too?
Yes, he's AA.
Then okay. I'm just worried. I mean, you met someone that was AA, and then you met somebody else that is AA, and the person is speaking this way, but he never spoke to you that way.
My husband never spoke to me that way, but actually he was the one that broke up the relationship.
Okay.
Yes, he was the one that broke up the relationship. So I was just ready. Anybody that would just accept me.
I understand you now.
Yes, anybody that is going to accept me, let me just jump on that person. And this person was ready. Like, his family, they came all. I was living in Kaduna. He was living in Port Harcourt. They came all because his mom and my mom are very close. Your husband
or this other guy?
This other guy.
Okay.
His mom and my mom are close friends. So like, they came all the way to they brought yams, and they're like, they've come to find a wife. And I was just feeling like, I was so happy, like, as in, I have someone that accepts me. And I always, like, my prayer point was like, I always wanted to get married before 30. I really wanted to settle down. And I knew that having sickle cell, it wasn't going to be easy getting someone that will accept you, because I don't know why guys that are AA, like, they like,
purpose.
And I don't know, like, once someone sees you with sickle cell, I just think it's because of the stigma that is attached to sickle cell. Like, once you just tell them, oh, I have sickle cell, they're like, no. And that's all. Conversation has ended. And that has to be the very first thing you tell a guy on the first date. Like, what's your genotype, before you start catching feelings? Because then you'll not be like, can I manage it? Maybe I won't have a child that is a warrior. You start thinking and trying to compromise. So I think I don't know, I can't really explain it now, but then I think he just dealt with me psychologically. That's just it, yes.
But eventually the relationship ended.
It just took a year. Like my friend, she talked
Fought
to
so
me.
hard.
Yeah, she opened my eyes, and like the thing came back, and I was like, Ekene, is the truth? What Jumoke is saying is actually true. Why are you this way? You are not this person. And I was one that ended up the relationship. I said, no, I'm not taking this again. Even he was sending me messages that I'm breaking up with him because of cinema. I say, if that's what you think, let it be that way. But I have my own reasons. You can't treat me that way. Why? No, I'm not a footmat. Yes, I know I have sickle cell, but I'd rather work on myself and think of what I'm going to achieve, because settling down with a guy, that's when it's not really an achievement. As in,
So after you broke up with him, you went back to your ex? Or
after I broke up with him, 2 months later, my ex started calling me. He started calling me. In fact, he had been calling one of my friends, and then she would call me and be like, Emmanuel is always calling me and telling me he's greeting me. Like, Precious, call him now. I'm like, why should I call him? And he was calling out my friend, trying to get through to me. So when he called me, and I was serving in Abuja, and I was almost done. So he now told me that, okay, I should come over to his place to see him. That, we're not friends. We should forget about the past. And I said, okay. So I went over and I saw him, and that's when he now told me that, this one now is no more dating, it's marriage. That was
you back.
yes, and this time around it's not dating, it's marriage. That was 2015. It's marriage, and that's when another level of battle started.
What battle again?
Now, having sickle cell, you not only battle to find a guy, you also have to battle for your in-laws to accept you.
Oh, true.
That's another thing, because for a girl, I advise that you disclose your status to the guy's family. Yeah, because if he's a guy that is the warrior, no problem, because the girl's family don't really have a say. But for a girl that is a warrior, it's better you disclose your status, because your mother-in-law will expect a lot from you, and she will not understand why people came for Christmas, you're lying down, she say she's tired. She's tired of what? She should come and be pounding yam for me now. She cannot. Or now they hear, oh, my son called me, she's always in the hospital. They will call the boy, which type of wife do you marry? Why is your wife always sick? What is really going on? Because serious complications come up. During my first delivery, there was complication. My second delivery was even the worst. I almost lost my life.
Wow.
Yeah, so those kind of things, you just have to make them know, because if you don't have a strong husband, take a look at even guys that marry wives that don't have sickle cell, like your wife is healthy and the rest. Later, something comes up, you hear, oh, the guy has left the woman. The woman is okay, like she's fully healthy, they are leaving her. You that now have chronic illness, and the guy coming back home, he's expecting his dinner, then he just comes back and he sees you on the chair, you're in chronic pain, and if he's not a strong guy, he will, and then he now has maybe mother talking in his ears, brothers talking, what kind of wife? The guy will deny you tomorrow, will say, they deceived me, I wasn't aware. Even though the guy say, don't tell my family, you. Man, he will just follow his family. Even if he tells his family that she has sickle cell, mother will tell him that, you too, you accept that you know. Say you don't know. Drive her out. I will have a warrior that is on TikTok, that's my friend. Almost the same thing happened to her. Oh. The guy denied her because she's still having complications. She started AVN. Is a complication from sickle cell crisis that affects the hips. You might end up having hip replacements and the rest. With 2 kids, he sent her away because he couldn't deal any longer. Because the guy has to be in there for worst case scenarios. What if you start having leg ulcers tomorrow? Still ready to have a wife that has wound on her leg that is not going to heal for 2-3 years, open sore. So there are so many things to consider. It's not, okay, I'm healthy now. Anything can come up. Like when I gave birth to my second child, that was 2021, I had hemolytic crisis, like hyperhemolytic crisis. And I was misdiagnosed. I almost lost my life. But I just thank God that God used my husband. He had to go and, like, he was telling the doctors, something is wrong with this girl. They're like, no, it's dehydration. They were pumping fluids. I couldn't breathe. He just left them and just went to go and look for the hematologist. And it was the hematologist that was not able to diagnose me and find out what was really wrong with me. And they treated me. So you have to have someone that is there, like, going to stand by you, because honestly, the journey is not going to be easy.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's not.
I think so far I've had to interview like 3 people in similar situation, and from what I've heard, man, it's not easy at all. The rejections is something that it's not just happen. It doesn't just happen with relationships, even with work. Most of them find it difficult to get a stable job, because when this crisis happen and you're skipping work for some time, it affects your performance, and the next thing you're fired.
No employer wants that.
No employer wants somebody like that around.
I had similar case in a job interview. So they saw my yellow. I had already passed. So I think we're discussing salary, and they saw my yellow eyes, and the girl was like, do you have yellow fever? Because that's the common question. I don't even get offended anymore. I was like, no, I don't have yellow fever. You have hepatitis? I say, no. Then why are your eyes yellow? I say, nothing. That's not going to affect my work. That's the color of my eyes. I say, no, that there's something wrong with me, that I should go and bring medical report. I say, okay, I'm going to tell you what the medical report will say. I have sickle cell. That's when it just said, okay, we'll get back to you. So, and I'm still waiting for them to get back to me. Yeah.
So these are some of the issues. Honestly, it's not easy. I can't imagine how many dates someone has to go to just to find someone that will accept them. And just like you said, accepting, for the person to accept you, just one state, it's just one level. The next thing, what about the person's family and friends? What would they think about you? What would they even think about the idea of that relationship? Do you understand? That's another battle you also have to go through. And even if maybe your husband met you at the point where the crisis was not so intense, then when it now gets to the stage where you guys are married, then the crisis become intense. From one hospital to another, the reality begins to set in. It becomes crazy.
Yeah, he has to be committed. Because, and any person that wants to marry a warrior is not just about and she doesn't fall ill, she's okay. Complications can arise at any time. Sickle cell is just like a silent snake, just waiting for just one particular time, and then it just brings up different things. So that person has to really be committed. And it's not only about, you also have to be the person's husband, and has to be the person's carer. Because for my husband now, he will tell you that getting me to drink my drugs, like, sometimes I just want you to be my husband, not like you're my nurse or my mom or my father. Like, getting me to drink my drugs, they will always want to be on you. Oh, do this, do that, do this. And I'm like, I'm no more living with my parents. I'm matured now. Like, I'm grown up. Can you just reduce it? So he had to learn how to step it down a bit. And then, like, because he's my partner, just like advise me and also allow me to take decisions for myself. If not, it can become overbearing, because, like they say, warriors are stubborn. But I get why they are stubborn, because they feel nobody understands them. Nobody gets where they are going. Someone asked me on my page, say, okay, I've been through labor pain and I've had sickle cell crisis. Which one is worse? And I say, crisis cannot be compared to labor pain. Like, I know I'm not trying to downgrade labor pain. Labor pain on its own is something else, but I don't know what kind of pain in the world I can use to describe crisis, because it's worse than labor pain. Labor pain raised to power 10.
There's a friend of mine, her name is Sickle Motivator.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a time she came around, she came to my place, and when she came, the crisis started.
Wow.
I thought she was joking, because we joke a lot.
Yes.
The next thing, it became serious. She started crying. It's at that moment I knew that
It
something
was
was
was.
going, something. I had to rush her to the hospital, and while I was there, my heart just kept on beating. My heart was because I could not describe why she was in that much pain. And then she just kept on requesting for one kind of injection. But
Okay.
then the nurses or the doctor were skeptical about giving her that injection because they felt it would be addictive or something.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but she was in so much pain, I'll be very honest, I never understood what she was going through. But I
That's
saw
true.
her in pain and I was confused. All I was saying is rest, try to eat, or try to sleep. I don't even know where the pain was coming
Was
from,
coming.
where they were feeling it from the most.
She will not be able to explain.
Man, you guys are going through a lot, honestly. I can't
Hmm.
imagine. And
Yeah.
then your husband, he seems to be like a very supportive person.
Oh, he is. I thank God for him. Like, I won't say like I hit the jackpot, but like I really thank God
God
for
did it
him.
for you.
God,
When it
God,
comes to marriage, God did it for you.
he did it because he saw all what I went through, and he really needed to give my mom peace because that was her prayer too. I'm like a miracle child. She stayed 12 years without having a child, and then she got a child, and doctor is telling her your child is a warrior. Like, after I've prayed this much, I've cried and waited, and so most times when I'm sick, like, you will see her, like, she's the one that gives me my strength, because when I think of her prayers, she will just be like, God, all the years I was walking around, you did not give me child. But when I decided to face you, you gave me this child. So you cannot take this child away from me.
Yeah.
And she will be praying and crying by my side. And like, I still have memories of it. Like, even as I'm a child and I'm weak, I'll just look up to her. And as I see her, I'll just, Mommy, don't worry. I'll be strong. I'll be strong. Like, I'll, like, that will motivate me to get well. And most times, that's what I tell warriors who come to my page. I tell them that, see, you have to accept yourself from inside, because pain is also something of the mind. If you say to yourself, yes, I know that we also need drugs to help us, but if you say to yourself, like, I want to live, I want to achieve this, I want to be something in life, you cannot allow sickle cell set you aside. Like, there was a day, I can't remember her name again. I saw a video on her. She was like, you cannot drop out of school and say because of sickle cell. Then you've allowed sickle cell take over your life. Like, you have to walk through that pain. That's why we are called warriors. Like, nobody understands it, but you have to just walk through it and make something out of your life. Because if you let sickle cell win, I don't know, like, it's just done.
Man, it's crazy.
That's
Before I got into the space where I sit and I listen to people's story, I did not even really understand what sickle cell is all about. I grew up with this mindset that sick class don't last long. So
yeah,
whenever I
yeah.
see somebody that is emaciated, very,
Yes,
what
yes,
is there a
yeah.
word to describe it? Someone that is really slim,
I
then we can
don't.
immediately say, oh, this
This
person is a
person
sickler.
has, yes, 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 he
And
has sickle cell.
somehow, naturally, we avoided these kinds of people because we're raised in a society that made us believe that there was something about them that, you don't want to make friends with someone like that. I'm just saying this now from now that I'm an adult and I've gotten to hear from people. I've discovered that it's not really the way I perceived it as a younger person.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm sure even right now there are people who still view it from this lens, from the lens that I used to view it from.
Yes, yeah.
When they see people like this, they just feel like, oh, these are people that I don't know. You just feel like maybe they are aliens. I'm sorry, I don't know how to explain.
I
You just
get.
feel like, okay, they are just meant for a short period.
Yes, yes, yes.
There's no point trying to be friends with people like that. I don't know. I just grew up with that kind of mentality.
Some
But
even believe
listening
they
to
will
your
die at
story,
20.
but listening to your story, you have two kids right now.
Yes, I
You have a
have.
lovely, supportive husband, and looking at you, that has changed everything completely. Especially from the point of view of someone who has never have to hear any story about sickle cell before now. Like I said, some people grew up with that mentality that when you see or hear that someone has sickle cell, you just see them as people who their own don't finish. I don't know how to
That
explain that
that
thing.
that
But
that's the end
listening
of
to
the
your
life.
story, it's
Yes.
inspiring. Do you
That's
understand?
it.
I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not speaking from the perspective of Lucky Udu who interviews people. I'm speaking from the perspective of a human being in the Nigerian
Yes.
society where people with this condition are stigmatized. Do you understand? So that's what. So looking at your story, it's really inspiring. Honestly, I'm sure some of you who are in similar situation right now, you're watching it and you're believing that if God could do it for her, He definitely would be able to do it for you too. Some of you have faced just unnecessary rejections from your workplace to even family, friends. People that used to be your friends, but immediately they discovered what you were dealing with, they stopped giving you time, making out time for you. Some of you have had to go on different dates. Some of you have had to even make the move, do things that you are not so proud of when you think about, just because you were desperate to have somebody you can call your own. But you see, the purpose of telling the story is to inspire you. Yes, that's the purpose of all this. See, when God was building her life, He thought about you too, because you need to get inspiration from everything she's saying right now. It is very possible. It is not too late. You don't have to conclude on yourself. There's still a very high chance for you to meet someone who is going to love you like never before. The possibility exists. Please don't give up on yourself. Keep making yourself a valuable person. Do you understand me? Keep trying to become better. Invest in yourself in a way that you're able to stand at. That whoever comes your way, falls in love with you, will be so proud of you for many reasons. Do not let your condition to limit you, in the sense that when somebody asks you, how did you live your life? You say, oh, I live my life just dealing with one issue. No. You have academic ambitions, go and chase it. You have career ambitions, chase it. Some of you, you have gift with public speaking. You know, your story is really interesting. But there's something I'm curious about. I don't want to take so much time to answer this.
Okay.
How do I describe it? Should I
The
call him your
relationship is
husband?
okay.
Okay, when he called you that he wanted you back,
Yeah.
it was a very beautiful thing.
Okay.
But then that was just one thing. Then you discovered that you had another battle to fight,
Yes.
which was acceptance from his family and friends.
Yes.
How were you able to deal with that? That's the part I want to hear.
Like, I'll always go back to say, your spouse has to be strong. The person, your partner, has to be strong. So it wasn't easy at first. Like, it got to a certain time. I even told him that, oh, please go and sort out things with your family. I don't think I'm ready to fight this battle, because it was becoming like tug of war. Are you the most beautiful girl in the world? What did my son see you and all these things? So I was like, just go and sort things out with your family and just let me be. But he came back and was like, don't I have faith? I was like, faith? I mean, I never envisioned having in-law battles. So I think he went back to his family and he put his foot down that this is the person I want to get married to. And she didn't do anything to me. From the first day I met this girl, I knew her condition. So it's not something like, oh, maybe he has fallen in love.
Already before
Yes,
now, yeah.
and then now she now told him, and because I don't know, the love is too
Yeah.
much, and he's just like, oh, I can't be without you, I must to marry. So it was not like, no, it wasn't like that. Like, we've known ourselves since 2010, and that was 2016. So it was not like, since the first day I met her, I've known about her condition, and she's the one I want to get married to. And later, because he was very firm, they just had to accept him. Like, it was his decision.
How long did this battle take?
It didn't
Months, weeks,
take really
years?
more. No, it didn't take long, because we got married 2017.
Oh, that's in me.
No, he proposed to me 2015. The battle took the whole of he proposed to me March 2015. So it took the whole of 2015, beginning of 2016. So towards April 2016, everything
Almost a year.
Yeah, almost a year.
Wow.
Everything got sorted out, and
They finally accepted.
yeah, and we did the introduction, and February 2017 did the wedding.
Oh, wow. Really,
Yeah.
really interesting. I don't know if I'm supposed to clap. Oh, this is beautiful.
Yes.
So ever since you've been happily married?
Yeah, I've been
Of
happily
course.
married. But what I'll tell you is that one thing I noticed is that it's you and your husband. Like, so that's why I'm always saying the partner has to be strong, especially if he's a female warrior. Most male warriors, they don't really go through this battle because once the girl accepts them, in fact, if she likes, she tells her family. If she likes, she doesn't tell her family. She moves on, and I don't know. I think it's easier for them, but for the female warriors, the guy he has to be a very strong person, like, because it's you and him. Everything, hospital, this, except like maybe you really have a very, very accepting family, like they're ready to go through everything with you. Most people accept, but are they really ready to go through all those battles with you? Like, sometimes some people, especially if you've not experienced it, you get tired. Like, today we're in the hospital, they discharge us. Tomorrow we're back to the hospital
Back
again.
to the hospital.
Like,
And money is being spent.
money is being spent,
Ah.
blood transfusions, and thank God my husband, we have the same blood group. He's always giving me blood.
Yeah.
Then you're calling this other person, looking for blood up and down, and all those battles, like, except,
This is something that will affect his work, wouldn't it?
yeah,
Except he's a businessman.
It's no, he's not a businessman.
Because he has to be with you like all the time when you're in the hospital.
Actually, sometimes I'm left to myself. Sometimes I'm left to myself. Sometimes we have to do home service.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I stay home and then get someone to put the drip and this thing, because it was mostly when I was pregnant with my second born. So my firstborn, we went to the hospital. There was a time we were on admission, and I slept off, and she opened the door and walked out. I didn't have anybody to stay with me. He had to be at work.
Wow.
So she wandered around. It was the matron that brought her. So imagine now where there is kidnapping and the rest. So because of that, we had to start doing home service at home. But if complication arises, we'll go to the hospital. Like, there are sometimes we just have to be in the hospital.
Okay.
But there are sometimes, because I think experience, they say, is the best teacher. Because I've experienced so many crises, like, I now I can tell when I need hospital. Sometimes, like, I can be talking to you and then I will just feel pain. I'll just take pain medication, drink lots of water, get warm clothing. Like, I know first aid to do that might reduce the pain, but if it persists, I know the stage it will reach that I'll be the one yelling, please take me to the hospital. Yes, yeah. That's just it. So I think warriors just need to get in touch with their body, like, understand your body. And like, for me, I always say, like, 80% of crisis can be prevented. Where I left the remaining 20, there are sometimes you can do everything according to the book and it still comes up. But if you know your triggers, hot weather can trigger me. Extreme emotion can trigger me. Like, something can happen, I can be really sad, and the next thing, I fall into crisis. I can be extremely happy, I fall into crisis.
Yeah, someone mentioned all these things.
Yes. So I try to avoid my triggers.
So your husband cannot surprise you the way your life is like this. I'm not sure he can do any surprises, because
I don't even think he can keep secrets.
To the hospital.
Yes. So extreme emotions can affect me. Sadness, and because of that sadness, most times he keeps things that will affect me. Like, maybe something bad happened, he doesn't really want me to know about it. He'll just, like, walk through it. It's like, after he has sorted it out, then he will now tell me, okay, this what happened, but, like, this is the solution, because he doesn't want me to worry. Worrying, I know. Yeah. Something happened to us in 2022. Like, I didn't really go into crisis, but I went into, like, depression, because sickle cell alone can affect your mental state. So I went into depression. Like, I even had alopecia in the middle of my head. My hair fell out. I was, like, And I didn't have crisis. I was wondering, why am I not? Anyway, there are different types of crisis. So I didn't really have pain crisis. But I think that other one was a form of crisis that it really affected me. So he tries to avoid all those sad things so that it won't affect me like that. And one thing I want to say, warriors need support from friends. I really thank God for my friends. Like, there's one of my friends, even when we're younger, if I'm going to what do you call it, sickle cell clinic, she's always there with me by my side. Mercy. Like, thank God for my friend in the university, Chibia. She was by my side. Like, when I'm sick, she's there. She's helping me out, washing my clothes. She'll just be like, Precious, what do you need? Just tell me what you need. So when you have support around you, it makes everything easy. But when you're left alone to yourself, like, that depression sets in. It affects your mental state. Like, you start feeling unwanted, unloved, and all those type of things. Yeah.
Now I'm feeling bad because, like I said, when I was young, we grew up with this stigma. We don't know why. We never asked question. We just kind of viewed people in that condition as people that you don't talk to them.
Yeah.
You just pass them by, and that's just it.
Yes.
But hearing that somebody else was raised differently in a way that they're able to even assist you, that tells a lot about environment and family. Do you understand? Because these things shape mindset and shape a lot of things.
Yes, yes.
Well, I'm happy that someone like that at that point, when, showed you so much love and care. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. God bless however she is right now.
No, it's good. And another thing is that show yourself before you show sickle cell. Don't let sickle cell be like the placard you're carrying on your chest. Like, everybody wants a fun friend. Everybody wants a friend that you can gist with, play with, talk with. But if you carry yourself, I'm sick, I'm weak, I'm dying, I have a chronic illness, like, nobody wants liability.
Now you just broadened my horizon.
Yeah.
Because those other people I'm talking to, these are people I don't know personally.
Yes.
I only see from far.
Yeah.
But it's possible this lady you are referring to, before she even ever knew you had this condition, you were a nice person to her.
Yes.
You were fun. You were everything. So she accepted you already.
Yes.
Then when she now found out, then it makes total sense to me now.
So and that's why, like, many people will see me and be like, oh, you don't have sickle cell. Like, why should sickle cell be what I get that, okay, there are some people that, like, sickle cell has caused deformity for them. Like, once you see them, you can see, you can tell that they're enhanced. So I get those ones. But even though, like, let's see, why do we have to, like, make it pull us down? Like, I want to see the ginger and warriors, like, move on with life, as in achieve things. Yes, I know we're living with this chronic illness, but we can still be more than what we are.
Exactly.
Yes, that's just how I see life.
If you are listening to this very story and you are in similar condition, see, the only option for you right now is to just be excited. Be excited because some of you, after this, you have a rethink about the way you've been living. And, I'm sure there's something you're going to learn from this. There's something you must have learned from this very story. Truly, I'm here sitting and I'm feeling really inspired. I'm even very happy for her because it's not everybody that comes here and, some people are still dealing with issues.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have to assist them with something, whether it's for medicine or whether it's for helping them to get a partner to accept them. But your story is entirely different. You're coming here to inspire people because you've been through it, and then you're telling people that you can have this condition and still enjoy life.
Yeah.
So
that's my motto. You can live with a chronic illness and still enjoy life. Chronic illness should not be what your life is all about.
Yeah, this is really interesting. Thank you so much for coming out to share the story. God bless you. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
At this point, we just have to close because I just looked at my phone and the time is, I don't want you to miss your flight for any reason.
Yes.
So thank you so much. Please, if you have questions, indicate in the comment section. She's going to be tagged to this video, although her name and her social media handles is going to be displayed on the screen. So if you have questions you'd like to ask her, or you need someone to guide you, maybe a mentor or something, you can reach out to her via DM, TikTok, or Instagram, and she'll be more than happy to
Of course.
speak to you about it.
Of course.
If we also have topics related to this that we
Yeah.
can engage you on,
Okay.
we'll be very happy to speak to you about it too.
All
Maybe
right.
just in case you come to Abuja next time,
Oh, sure.
then we can
Sure.
have another section.
All right.
God bless you so much. Thank you so much for coming.
All right.
Really
Thank you
appreciate it.
very
Let's say
much.
bye to our viewers.
No.
Bye.
Bye.